Time for another Rebels recap. The last one for a little bit, apparently.
Apparently, yeah. We went into this episode not knowing that it was the mid-season finale. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess that's a bad job on our part.
Yeah, I thought there was going to be another one next week, or this coming weekend.
Yeah,
but
I could have swore there was, like, going to be a crossover episode that would have happened, like, right after Rogue One happened. But whatever.
yeah, that would have made sense to me. But anyway, this episode, Visions and Voices. Carlos, what did you think overall before we start to get into it?
It's always good to see Maul again. So
Yes.
I was very happy for that. Just more of Ezra and Maul. I love the Ezra and Maul stuff. So I'm very happy whenever that happens. And overall, it was a very good episode. I don't know. It kind of changes I don't know if my opinion changes now that I view it as the mid-season finale.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
I do, I really love the development that we got there with kind of Ezra leaning more in that direction and stuff with Kanan kind of pulling back. And it's a tug of war between Kanan and Maul with Ezra kind of as the rope. So I don't know. What did you think?
I enjoyed it. Like you said, since I was expecting another episode for the season finale, or the mid-season finale, it kind of puts a damper on a few things, but overall, I still really enjoyed it. Like you said, Maul was interesting. We furthered the main plot at least a little bit. We know where some things are going to go, and yeah, it was just kind of fun. So anyway, the episode starts out with Ezra at the base, the Rebel base, and he's seeing visions of Maul walking all over the place and hearing voices, and almost kills a guy thinking that it's Maul. So
they never really explain why he was having the visions, do they?
I think it was something to do with when they fused the holocrons.
Yeah,
because that's the last time we saw them.
I guess,
Maul.
but then why is this the first time that he's having visions of Maul?
Because this is the first time that Maul sought him out.
True,
Maul was
Fair enough.
reaching out to him through the Force. So anyway, that happens, and then they go to the Bendu for advice. And basically, the Bendu says, "Well, turn around. He's right behind you."
It was kind of pointless, but it was cool to see the Bendu again. But it was kind of like,
I want that. I want him to have a bigger role.
I know, yeah. It seems like he will, maybe, but I don't know. It's a waste of potential if they don't use him more.
Yeah, I kind of agree, but we'll see where it leads.
Yeah.
And then Maul blackmails Ezra into helping him with something by threatening to tell the Empire where the base is. So, of course, Ezra goes with him, and they end up on Dathomir, which that's fun, because we haven't seen Dathomir since the Clone Wars.
I was very happy we were going back to Dathomir.
That place, it's just weird.
Yes.
It's steeped in dark side and magic and just mystery and all that. But anyway, they basically are doing a ritual to complete their vision that they started to have back when they fused the holocrons. And basically it reconfirms that Maul is hunting for Obi-Wan. Because they figure out that it's on Tatooine and that's where he's heading.
Yeah, and then Ezra finds out that he's also looking for something on Tatooine.
Yeah.
So, do you think that is this an arc that we're going to have in Rebels, or is this something that's going to be covered in? Isn't there a Maul comic coming out soon?
There's a Maul comic coming out, but that's for pre-episode 1.
Okay.
Which that's going to be interesting because we might finally get to see Darth Plagueis and have some canon information about him.
Yep.
Still read the book or listen to me talk about it. We'll see what happens. But anyway, we'll talk more about that later.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know what this is going to be. I feel like it will be fun.
Yeah.
But I also feel like it'd be dangerous to pull in Obi-Wan too early.
That's true. I think if it happens, it'll be I don't know, it might be like putting too much faith in this show because we get a lot of filler, but maybe it'll be a couple episode arc, hopefully, but it feels like there's the Maul stuff and then there's everything else. So I don't know, they're not blending it all together very well.
Yeah, they're not using them together like I wanted. It's not like a Sabaoth thing where he's being used by Thrawn like I wanted to. But anyway, so they do that. They figure that out, and then the ghosts of the Night Sisters come out, and that's always fun because that actually shows that magic exists in this universe. It's not just the Force all the time, and they possess Kanan and Sabine and have to fight.
Yeah, Dathomir and the Night Sisters stuff, that's honestly what pulled me into Clone Wars. Because I got through, 2 seasons almost, 2.5 seasons of Clone Wars, and I was like, I don't get why Star Wars fans love this show so much. It's fine. It's like a bunch of random missions, and it didn't really have an overarch of a story that I loved, And then the Night Sisters and Dathomir and Savage happened, and you're
about
just
that season 3 though too. They started to pull together those missions into a coherent storyline. But yeah, that was always really fun. I know I just gave you a list of all the Maul episodes for you to watch through, but so they end up having to fight Kanan and Sabine, and
because they wanted basically they wanted blood for what they had done for Maul and Ezra.
They wanted since they had done something for Maul and Ezra, they wanted something in return, and that was blood.
Which is interesting. So basically, what that leads us to the conclusion that Maul was going to sacrifice Ezra. Basically,
he was. I think he was going to sacrifice Ezra, or Maul might have thought that they could have just fought off the spirits on their own because he's Mother Talzin's son. Yeah, true. So, and we saw her ghost again. That was always fun, and I love how it's kind of the Force and kind of magic fused together. Yeah. So it's like a vision through the Force, but in order to get there, they have to use magic and pay a blood price. So, anyway,
I loved how they got how Ezra got the spirits out of Sabine. Yes. And of Kanan by force pushing them. That was really cool.
Just force pushing them out of the cave they were haunting, basically.
I really did like that.
That was cool. Really cool. I was like, what is he doing? But then finally, when it happened, it clicked. Which I don't know how he figured that out, but anyway, Ezra ends up destroying this altar thing that was the source of where the ghosts were coming from, and he uses the Darksaber to do that, along with his own lightsaber.
It was cool to see him use the Darksaber. And Sabine picks up the Darksaber.
Yes, so the Darksaber in the Clone Wars was something that Pre Vizsla of Clan Vizsla, leader of Death Watch, and the warrior schism of the Mandalorian government, he used, and it was a thing that Maul owned when he took over Death Watch back in the Clone Wars. And Sabine is a descendant of Pre Vizsla. So that was interesting that she recognized it and took it with her.
Do you think that she just recognized it and she recognized that it was from Pre Vizsla and she grabbed it, or do you think there's something else? Is that going anywhere? Do you think?
I don't know. It'd be really interesting to see that go somewhere. All we know about it is that it was one of the first actual lightsabers. But I would love to see that go somewhere, but I don't know if it will. It might just be something that has significant value to her. It'll definitely be back, but I don't know what significance it'll have.
I could see, random prediction here, I could be completely off base, but I could see her kind of betraying the rebels for kind of something Mandalorian. Because we did see some Mandalorian stuff in a few episodes back. So
yeah, if she had to choose between the rebels and Mandalore, I could definitely see that coming.
Just throwing it out there.
But anyway, that was basically the episode. Really, it wasn't until the very end after all that we found out they're going after Obi-Wan. But anyway.